I'm gonna tell you a story about one of the stupidest things I've ever done in my life. I put myself in a situation where I could have killed someone. Let me see if I can quickly kind of summarize what's going on with us. I should roll up my window, it's too loud. I am working extra right now. The reason I'm working extra is because our revenue's down from YouTube because I haven't been making videos, as you know. Haven't been making very many. So I'm simultaneously trying to kind of increase my video output, which I want to do, and I'm working extra. Now, I work as a nurse and I can pick up extras as a nurse, but that is kind of drudgery, honestly, just because it's all indoors. It's quite stressful. So today I'm working on a construction site, helping build a house. They got started on it yesterday, and I'm jumping in on day 2. Hopefully I'll be able to quit working the extras and then put my attention on the house. We're making progress. Right now I'm just cruising up this gravel road over the mountain to this job site. I actually spent the night at our house on the homestead, got up early, 5:30 I think. Yeah, I got up at 5:30 this morning, fed the animals. I'm not actually sure if this is a shortcut or not, but it's less miles, so here we go. What's happening right now is just wonderful in our lives. Bree is in her happy place. She's staying with the roads, and it's just wonderful. The kids like run outside, we help with the chores some days, we're polar plunging. She's having an awesome time and kind of getting refreshment. You know, she's still having these vision issues with her eyes. She really doesn't have central vision in her one eye. There's a lot of reasons, but she's basically driving less, and that's a huge element of stress relief. Plus, having the space just to do school. Her homeschooling has been going as well as it's ever gone the past couple weeks, staying in the holler, and so that's just a huge blessing.
Cool. Make 3 of them.
I was really convicted this morning because I've been complaining. I've been complaining about my work in my head. What I realized this morning is I basically have a dream work set up. I work as a nurse, which is challenging and fulfilling. If I want to work more as a nurse, I can, or if I need to. I get to make YouTube videos, which allows me to stay at home and still make some income and spend time with my family.
Stay off the layout a little bit. Can you see it right there, the mark?
Yes, I can.
Am I a quarter from it or something?
Yeah, you need to go a little higher though.
Okay, how's that?
And then this is my other job.
This is the other life I live.
And this is pure fun. I get the privilege, let me say it that way, of showing up on a construction site, helping build a house, hanging out with some long-term, very good friends, and just busting out and building stuff. I get to show up. I feel every time I show up, I feel like, why am I allowed to be here? This is just pure fun, and I don't even I'm not that good at it. I'm really not. But my skills are good enough. I can keep up and I work hard. It's always fun. This job, I usually do just a few days or maybe a few weeks worth in a year. It breaks the monotony. It's so fun. So I'm convicted because I've been complaining when I actually have an awesome work schedule. For me, there's nothing as fun as building something, and building something big like a house is just so cool because in just a few weeks you frame this huge thing. You're building something that a family's going to live in for years and enjoy, and you can stand back afterwards and be really proud of what you've done. That was fun, and it was really hard, but I'm glad I came out.
That went really great. I was on site for just under 8 hours. I got there a little late. I went and saw Brianna and the kids this morning really briefly before I went to the job site. But no one got injured. We got a lot done, so that's very fulfilling work for me. So what's that story about one of the stupidest things I've ever done in my life? Well, I'll tell you. It was a situation where I made a really bad decision in a passion, in a rage actually. I was so angry and I made a decision that could have got me put in jail for most of my life. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. And I'm gonna tell you the story real quick. I put myself in a situation where I could have killed someone, and fortunately it didn't go that way, but it was so stupid of me, and I have learned since then. I've learned a really simple rule I'm gonna share with you that you have to follow in a situation like this. Okay, so the story starts right here. I was driving down this exact road in Asheville, and I came up on this railroad overpass. So the speed limit is 45. I might have been going just over it. I was 22 or so at the time, and then just as I came under it, a hail of rocks just landed on my truck, like a bucket of rocks. I knew right away what it was. Someone was on the bridge. There were kids on the bridge, and they threw the large grade gravel from the railroad overpass that goes along the railroad off the bridge to land on my car. So this area of town over here is called Shiloh. I know people who grew up here, and I know some really cool people who grew up here. So here's the railroad overpass right over there, and it runs back there into Shiloh. And so I pulled over. I was just so mad. I pulled over down here into the turning lane in this highway. I did not think it through. I was so mad that someone would be up there and throw rocks on me that I jumped out of my truck. I can't believe I did this looking back on it. I grabbed a hatchet. I had a hatchet in my truck. I don't know why, but I had one. And I grabbed the hatchet and I jumped out of my truck just yelling back at them. And they were up here. I'm not gonna trespass on the railroad property, but they were up here on the railroad tracks, like looking down on me. So it's about 40 feet above the road, just chucking these rocks down. And this is not small gravel, these are big rocks. And they were throwing them and yelling and stuff, like landing around me, almost hitting me. I'm not gonna say I lost it, but I lost my reason. I'll just tell you what I did. I ran up the hill towards them. Now they ran back this way, ran up the railroad tracks, and they were gone by the time I got to the top of the hill. But I ran up the hill towards them with an axe. This was late at night. That was so stupid. I'll tell you what I should have done. I should have kept driving, pulled over, and if I wanted to, called the police. I did end up calling the police, and probably to no avail because they just disappeared back there into the neighborhood. So here's why this was so stupid. What was I gonna do if I came in contact with them? I'm holding a hatchet. They're presumably unarmed or armed. There you go. There could be multiple layers of stupidity. And if I got into it with them and I'm holding the hatchet, I could have killed somebody. I look back on this and just can't believe it because I was making decisions that were not even in my own benefit. They weren't even for my safety. I mean, what was I gonna do? Wrestle 3 or 4 guys and hold them down? No way. I was either gonna get beat up or possibly killed, or I was gonna kill someone if I came in contact with them. That could have been the end of my free life. I could have gotten a life sentence for killing someone that night. I've learned a lot since then, just about kind of self-defense and like what you can do and can't do. And apart from what you can do and can't do, it's just stupid to pursue someone. In almost any situation, it's stupid to pursue someone unless you know that you can take them down and you know that they're an imminent risk to someone else. But in this situation, it was just a bunch of kids doing something really stupid, pretty dangerous and destructive, and I was in no further danger. So under the law, I would have been completely at fault if I went up that hill and hurt someone. crazy part is I was kind of proud of what I did afterwards. I didn't sink in for a while, and finally I realized that it was one of the stupidest decisions of my life. I could have gotten hurt, or worse, I could have killed someone. And I was really pretty young at the time. I'd never been in a situation like that. I'd never thought it through. I'm just really glad that those guys took off and were nowhere to be found when I crested that hill. Because all the life that I have now, everything that I love and treasure, the people I love and treasure, I might have never had that life. So that's that story. If you're in a self-defense situation, you can get out of it. Get out of it. And if someone attacks you and you can get away, get away. It makes me just cringe to think about that night and that decision that I made. Just like I was just enraged. I was so mad, and I kind of lost all reason. Now I'm going to meet Bree and the kids at one of her family members' house to eat supper over there and hang out with them for a little while. Folks, it's been just a great day. I've had a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me for this short video, and we will see you soon in another video.